Hey everyone, I'm your host Katie Scott, and welcome to the Power of Choice broadcast on YouTube. On this channel, we explore how the choices we make shape every part of our lives, from our relationships to our careers and everything in between. Every decision holds the potential to transform your world, and I'm here to help you make the most of it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. Okay, you guys, let's dive in. I am all for anything that brings joy and laughter to someone's life. That is why I really did enjoy With Love Megan. You know, just the word love in there, with love. What does that speak to you when somebody says with love? It says to me that whatever I'm doing it from my heart. I'm doing it with joy, and I'm doing it because I care. So I love that lifestyle show. It's very inspiring. And when we're here today to talk about love, with love. So we have enough of the other in this world. We need more love. Some people would rather get up angry and hateful rather than take the time to look inside, do some self-reflection, and work on themselves. You know, I remember years ago, I knew I needed to make changes as I began to draw closer to God. I asked Him to show me myself because I wanted to be free. And I wish more people today would look on the inside and look at themselves instead of looking outside and always have something negative to say to somebody else. We don't have to do that. All of this stuff is going on right now, and it has been for the last 8+ years with Megan Sussex. And I'm using her as an example because I have never in my lifetime seen a whole establishment in the UK and those who are in cahoots with them, you know, and that family and, you know, just people who want to hate and just go to bed hating on her and wake up hating on her and all through the day. And, you know, things I've heard about people in the hospital hooked up to machines talking about how much they hate Megan Sussex, when you're not hurting her, you're hurting yourself, because your hate does nothing but eat away at you on the inside. Love is the only way. And we need to look inside ourselves. We need to figure out what we need to change about us. If we stop looking outside, trying to nitpick and find something wrong with someone else, we could live better lives ourselves. We could have better lives ourselves. So it's time for us to, you know, get it together. Stop hating on people for what are you gaining out of that? What are you, because behavior happens when people are getting something out of it. What are you getting out of hating, not just on her, but on anyone? I just use Megan Sussex as an example, but that goes on in families and churches and friend groups, on social media, in churches, on your job. That goes on everywhere. But we need to stop judging people. We need to stop lying on people. And we need to stop listening to lies about people. And we need to check ourselves and worry about our own lives. One thing I want to do is get it right, because we live this one life. And after this life is over, we got to answer to somebody. This isn't all there is. This is not all there is. We need to really recognize and look around you today in the world. All this going on. The world is literally on fire in some places. People are coming against people, countries against countries. In government, people are in so much infighting. It's just, we need to check ourselves, you guys. We need to do some introspection. Stop looking out around us, talking about everybody else, what they're doing, what we don't like. You ain't have to like it. You don't have to like what somebody else is doing. You don't even have to look at it. You don't have to pay any attention to it. That's what I don't get about, I hate to just keep staying on Megan Sussex, but that's what I don't understand about people claim they hate her so bad. But if you hate something, you avoid it. You don't get up stalking it all day long, all night long, every day, day in and day out, month in and month out, and in this case, year in and year out. If you hate something, You turn away from it. You ignore it. You act like it's not even there because that shouldn't be a part of your life. It shouldn't even be a part of your conversation, and it sure shouldn't be under your posts in social media. You don't like it, don't watch it. You don't like it, don't say nothing about it. You see a post about it, keep on scrolling. You don't have to stop and say something. You don't have to stop and look and get mad all over again because you're mad about nothing anyway. What you really mad about? Because she got some things you wish you had. Let's face it. Tell the truth about it. No, I'm not preaching to anybody. I'm just saying, that is just the way it is. We all know it. I'm going to take a breath right here because you can get into that kind of stuff and it can kind of raise your blood pressure if you let it, but I refuse to allow it to do that. I know what I had to do to check myself. And I wasn't running around hating on people. I just didn't feel like I was good enough. So I was overcompensated in other ways that just was not okay. And this was years ago. And I knew I needed to make a change because I had begun to draw closer to God and develop a closer relationship with Him. And I asked Him to show me myself because I wanted to be free. And I didn't feel like I was free because I had, like I said, gone through so much trauma. And that does something to a person. It changes you in certain ways. Like can lower your confidence. It can mess with your self-esteem. And when people have low self-esteem, they overcompensate by trying to pull other people down or showboat, trying to be seen. And I asked Him earnestly to show me myself. And He did that for me at a church service one night. I was there singing. Two young women had asked me if I'd get in a singing group with them. And I said yes. So we were singing that night at church. We were doing a worship song. All three of us had microphones on the stands in front of us. My microphone went out. All I had to do was keep standing there and singing because there's 3 microphones you're projecting when you sing. I didn't need to have that one on in front of me. I could just step over just a little bit and be in the microphone of the girl in the middle. But I didn't do that. What did I do? I reached all across the girl next to me to the one on the far end and grabbed her mic and continued singing. Now this program was recorded. We purchased the VHS tape. Tells you how long ago that was. Anyways, I'm watching the video and I see myself, truly see myself. And that's what I'm talking about right now. We need to see ourselves before we start trying to check somebody else. I saw myself on that VHS tape and I did not like what I saw. It looked so terrible to me. I couldn't push that fast forward button fast enough to try and get past that scene. With tears in my eyes, I looked at my husband who was sitting next to me on the couch and I asked him, "Am I like that?" He said, "Yes, but nobody could tell you." Now that hurt. But the truth can hurt sometimes, right? But it was what I needed. Him telling me the truth about me and me seeing it because I asked to see me, show me myself. I needed to see that. I needed to hear that. I saw in that moment my insecurities working overtime. I had gone through so much trauma in my life. I didn't feel like I was good enough. So I was overcompensating. I made a choice, a decision to change. Thankfully, I changed that negative behavior. Now, I know if I can do it, anybody can. As I grew in grace and in God, I changed. I started to lead with love. Am I perfect? Oh my God, no, I am not. I'm a work in progress. But I'll always own my own stuff and try to do better. And that's all any of us should be doing, is holding ourselves accountable and leading with love. We don't have to look outside of ourselves and find somebody to hate on for what? That's not changing their life, and it sure isn't changing yours. That's not hurting them, and it's eating you up alive. I'm telling you, love is the only way. I love that Megan Sussex called her lifestyle show where she was showing kindness and love to friends and families and cooking with these chefs, and she was so lovely. I just think about that. That's the perfect title for her show, With Love. With love, Megan, with love. What is love? Love is a complex and multifaceted emotion that can mean different things to different people. At its core, love is an intense feeling of affection, care, and attachment towards someone or something. And we saw all of that in that show. Love can inspire joy, connection, and growth, but it can also bring challenges, vulnerability, and sometimes pain. It's a fundamental human experience, central to our relationships and understanding of the world. Look, y'all, none of us are so wonderful that we get to judge other people. Now, look, we can judge behavior, but not people. I'm asking you today, what does love mean to you? Take your time. Just think about it. No judgment here. I would be remiss, though, if I didn't also talk about what God says love is, or what the Word of God says love is. In 1 Corinthians 13, chapter 4 through 7, Apostle Paul defines love with these words. He says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. We're not going to keep holding you what you did to me 20 years ago. I'm going to keep harping about it today. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. People need to stop lying on folks. Tell the truth or be quiet. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Wow, that says a lot about love. Can't go wrong with that. In my own life, I try to do my best to always lead with love. Now, do I always get it right? Absolutely not. Again, I'm a work in progress, but I'm intentional about trying to do always a better job today than I did yesterday. To do better and to be better. What we are seeing a lot right now, especially in social media spaces, but other places as well, like gossip shows, tablet media disguised as real news shows, are spewing so much hatred. Hateful content towards specific people and groups. Yeah, that's sad. That's so sad. But here we are. Spewing hate all the time. For what? That doesn't get you anywhere. What is hate? Hate is a strong and intense feeling of dislike or animosity towards someone or something. It often involves feelings of hostility, contempt, or ill will, and can lead to negative actions or thoughts directed at the person, group, or thing being hated. Hate can be rooted in prejudice, fear, jealousy, envy, or past experiences, and it can affect both individuals and communities in harmful ways. And do we not see that all the time? Communities being affected because people in the community hating on each other. Individuals hating on each other. Doing things that's harmful to each other. Because that made you feel good for a few seconds. And it didn't change anything but start messing with your insides. Turning yourself, just you, I don't want to use the word not being here anymore, but you're really getting rid of good things in you because you're spewing hatred toward someone else, what do you think that's doing to your life, to your body, to your mind, to your heart, to your spirit? What do you think that's doing to you? You're the only one being harmed by that. And the person you hating on there, they, especially when they do the work that I saw Miss Megan Sussex do, she's at a point now where she is it really, I feel like what I see in her, as she has made a decision. She's done enough work with her therapist and everybody else, and has her friend groups around her and people who love and cherish her around her, and she's occupying a safe space with people, with safe people around her, that she now understands when people are spewing that hatred toward her using her name, they're really just projecting about their own lives. They are spewing at some figment of their imagination because of stuff they're saying about her and dragging her. That's not who she is. So that's some made up character in their minds that don't even exist. And it seems to me now that she understands that. When she hear all that mess, Megan did this, Duchess Sussex did that, she's this, she's that, she's probably thinking, I don't know who they talking about. I don't know who that is. That's not who I am. Nothing to do with me. But we all know it has everything to do with them. I like that song. I don't even know the rapper's name. It escapes me right now, but they're not like us. Haters are not like us. I know it's not what he was probably talking about, but I'm talking about it now. They're not like people who are caring, giving, sharing, living their lives, minding their business. They're not like us. They're not like that. They wake up and any little thing, somebody breathed a certain way, did that wrong, looked wrong. I'll never forget when Megan was at the Queen's funeral. And the sadness and grief on her face was so evident. And some silly person said, she's got a smirk on her face. Yeah, lying something other. You know that wasn't a smirk on her face. She was sad. But you so hateful, you decided you're going to lie and say it's a smirk. Like that's okay with God, and it's not. Oh, my goodness. Hate can be rooted in prejudice. We see that. Fear. We see it all day long. Jealousy, envy. And then in people's own past experience, and they want to project it on somebody else. Well, enough said about that. We see it every day on our screens and families. Wherever people are, hate can show up. But on the flip side of that, wherever people are, love can show up. And we need to start concentrating on love. Love is the only way. We cannot ever allow hate to deter us from being the loving, kind people that we were created to be. In the last 9 years, we have witnessed a whole establishment come against this one woman simply because she met, fell in love with, and married her prince. She just happens to be mixed race, if there is such a thing. Because there is one race, the human race, but you get what we mean. One parent of one ethnicity and the other of a group who identifies differently. What people don't understand is that means nothing to God, because we are all his creation. And when the time comes, y'all, and the time will come, and when the time comes, people will know and understand that all that prejudice stuff and you think you better than somebody else was a whole lot of nothing. God doesn't see it that way, and he's the only one that's going to matter in the end. And he's the creator of us all. And he didn't make us better or worse. He simply made us different, unique. But he made all of us with love. Well, for me, I will make sure I'm doing what I should be doing, and that's loving people. No matter what. I don't mean negative behavior. I don't mean loving negative behavior. Because you can love a person and strongly dislike their negative behavior. So I can love people but not love their behavior if they're negative and hateful. And then I don't have to be in close proximity with them, because he did say, come out from among them and be ye separate. What has light to do with darkness? What has righteousness to do with unrighteousness? And the only reason we're righteousness is through Christ Jesus. Apart from him, none of us is righteous. But you can love a person and strongly dislike their negative behavior. And you can set healthy boundaries with everybody. None of us have to put up with toxicity and hate. Love is the only way. It leads to the best possible places in this life. That's right, and the next. You have the power to make your own choices, your own decisions in how you want to move in this world, how you want to be seen in this world. Make a choice, make a decision what you want to do with your life. Don't be lumped in with haters. Don't jump on the hate train because everybody else piling on because they want to make $2.50 like that's going to do something. And I know it counts, adds up to being a lot more than that when they got these dedicated hate channels. But guess what? Your money perish with you when it's time to stand before God and give account of why you sitting around hating on somebody that you don't even know, never met in your life, probably never will meet. You will not have a good answer. And I know you will more than likely hear no excuses accepted. Because he done gave you all this word to go by, and you choose not to. If you want to read so many negative articles, why don't you crack open the Bible and read that sometime? Yeah, I know. I can't tell you what to do. But I'm just having a conversation. Everybody else having one. I might as well speak what's on my heart too. We are in this thing together. We should not be fighting each other. And women should always be lifting other women up, especially when they've done nothing wrong. And if you see somebody doing something wrong, you still don't try to pull them down. And you still don't try to put them on Front Street. If you know them and you're friends with them, you can pull them aside and talk to them. But we never should be trying to get in a microphone or get in a negative news article or get on social media and run somebody down for what? That person is a trillion times better than you because you're the one with the hate channels and talking bad about them. And they're not, you don't see them with a hate channel and talking bad about anybody. So everything you're saying about them, really, you're talking about yourself. So you want to keep doing that? Keep doing it. Can't nobody stop you but you. But the truth is, all of us have to give all of us have to give an account of everything we say and do in this body, in this life. You don't get to mistreat people and then think that's okay with God, because it is not. And one day you'll have to come face to face and give account. Oh, I don't believe in God. Well, it's all right. He believes in you, and he don't disappear because you say you don't believe. Just like you can look up in the sky and say, I don't believe in the sky. Sky didn't stop being the sky because you said that. No, okay. All right. Say what you want, think what you want, whatever. You listen to what I'm saying, take it in. Like one pastor used to say, even a cow could chew the grass and spit out the rocks. Take what you will from this recording. And what you don't like, just cast it aside. But one thing is for sure. We need to start loving on each other more. We need to be better about that. We need to be kinder to others, and we need to be kind to ourselves. Look, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching The Power of Choice. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with someone who could use a little inspiration, a little real talk. a little truth and honesty. Your support means so much. And I will see you in the next video. Remember, every choice you make has the power to change everything in your life.